ezi onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, Chukwu okike abịa ma bụ onye anyị na-efe na-agọzi aha nsọ ya, onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-achị, onye mmụọ na mmadụ na-erubere isi, onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ ọka aka. Ụbọchị ene ka anyị na-etu gị eze ebube dị ngọzi, mmalite na ọgwụgwụ. Ndị gboo wee tụọ gị ebighị ebi, onye nwe m, ụmụ gị wee gbakọọ n'ụwa niile iwe nara ozi ọma nke gị onwe gị n'ezi ha site n'ọnụ mmadụ dị ndụ na nke ebere dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-asị na onwe ihe ọbụla nke anyị onwe anyị bụ n'ihi na ọ bụ anụkpa ahụ sọsọ ka mmadụ dị ndụ bụ. Ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ, maka na okwu nsọ gị na-adịgị ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi, n'ihi na okwu gị niile ga-abịarịrị na mmezu. Ọ bịa mere Biafra ga-eji wee bịa na mgbe nke anyị. Anyị wee na-akpọkụ gị wee na-arịọ gị na-asị, lekwa ude nke anyị na-asụ n'akwa nke anyị na-ebe ka o metụta gị n'obi. Onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe, biko dịka isi wee napụta ụmụ gị n'ọbụ n'Ijipt gotu wee wezuga ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra mgbodo ekwensu bụ zuu nke mmadụ dị ndụ karị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, na-asị gị n'ime ọnọdụ anyị na anyị ga-ekele ha nsọ gị, wee nye gị nsọpụrụ ụtọ na eji ama mgbe niile, n'ihi na anyị enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị onwe anyị anaghị efe arụsị. Ọbịa mere iji wee na-agọzi nsọmụkwụ anyị niile. Ọbịa mere IPOB ji wee gbaa mgbọrọgwụ n'ụwa niile. Anyị anaghị atụ egwu mmadụ dị ndụ. Anyị wee na-eto gị eze ebube dị ngọzi, sị gị biko gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka. Ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye anyị refe nwe anyị akpụ isi ala nye ka i wee napụta ndị gị n'ọbụ nke ekwensu. Anyị wee na-enye gị ofe na nsọpụrụ na ija ma na-asị, lekwa ka ndị iro anyị niile ka kasisi wee baa ha ọnụ, ha wee daa hapụ ikuni ọzọ. Obodo ekwensu bụ zu ala nwekwa n'ihi eze ebube dị ngọzi. Anyị onwe anyị bụ ụmụ gị wee na-akpọkọ ha nsọ gị, na-asị na emeghị chi ọzọ egwezuga gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị, na-asị onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana nwee onye kere na n'otuto niile na nsọpụrụ niile na ịja mma niile site n'ebighị ebi mara onye bi ka a na-arịọ gị. Ise ise ise.
All right. Ndewo, no, thank you very much. Thank you for joining me this morning. Thank you, Biafra Chigozie. You're the first to make a comment, and I've seen. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. This morning is a very important update that I want to bring to us. Some of those updates that will make you remember that Nnamdi Kanu is indeed an instrument of restoration, an instrument of truth, an instrument of salvation. Believe me. The man called Bishop Kuka, oh my God, the man called Bishop Kuka have betrayed Jesus Christ. The man called Bishop Kuka have betrayed Jesus Christ. And unlike the Sultan of Sokoto, unlike the Peter of the Bible, the Apostle Peter, who betrayed and repented because he was reminded earlier, Bishop Kuka have deliberately, vehemently gone against the cross, against the church. And this is unbelievable. Even though Nnamdi Kanu warned him. Thank you for joining me, Goyibo Mommy. I greet you. Thank you. Gaddafi of Biafra, it's awesome to have you this morning. Thank you for joining me. Celestine, thank you for joining me. I appreciate all of you this morning. Let's quickly hit it because it's a very important notification. When I saw this video from Bishop Kuka, I was shocked. And going by what he said, it blew my mind. And I come to recollect that at that summit where the Sultan of Sokoto, do you remember when the Sultan of Sokoto was heaping praises on Boko Haram? Guys, brethren, do you know that the Bishop Kuka was together with the Sultan of Sokoto at that particular summit? That summit where Sultan of Sokoto was telling the world that jihad was a good thing. The Bishop Kuka was there. I will show you the picture of both of them at that summit. He was there. He actually made a speech at that place. First of all, let us listen to Bishop Kuka. What he said, this must be yesterday. This must be yesterday. About 12 hours ago, Arise News posted this video. So this happened yesterday. Okay? So listen to, oh my God, what am I doing? Let us listen to Bishop Kuka. My gadget is just acting up this morning, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to overcome it. Hold on. This man have sold his soul to the devil. This man has become an instrument of perdition. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. This man went to represent the Sultan of Sokoto. This man is representing the caliphate. This man has sold his soul to the devil. Let's listen to, oh my God, oh my God. All right, let's go. Listen to this.
First of all, I'm wearing two caps. I'm representing the Sultan of Sokoto. We were at a meeting. First of all, I'm wearing two caps. I'm representing the Sultan of Sokoto. We were at a meeting. First of all, I'm wearing two caps. I'm representing the Sultan of Sokoto. We were at a meeting because he was born in Sokoto, and I'm in Sokoto, and he's from Southern Kaduna, and I was born in Southern Kaduna. So the Sultan knows I'm here, and he brings his greetings. But look, I mean, everybody knows what the problem is. We just need restoration of normalcy in this country by any means possible. And I think that this job is in very good hands. It does seem very clearly that the president wants to reposition the issues of security, and I think the situation is in very good hands. I miss that, but we are.
Everybody's crying. There's bloodshed everywhere. There's terrorism everywhere. And he said that this situation is in very good hands. He's representing the Sultan of Sokoto. Oh, I spit on your face, this man. Continue.
The job is in very good hands. It does seem very clearly that the president wants to reposition the issues of security, and I think the situation is in very good hands. I miss that, but we are on all fours as far as that is concerned. Look, rain, thunder, sunshine, whatever it takes to get this mess under control. These guys need to be flushed out. Normalcy needs to return to our country. Laughter and joy has to come back to Nigeria within the shortest time possible. All we do is to pray for the best.
Hey, oh my God, oh my God. You know where my heart broke? When he actually opened his mouth and said he's representing the Sultan of Sokoto. He's wearing two caps. He's wearing the cap of the devil and the cap of God. Listen.
First of all, I'm wearing two caps. First of all, I'm wearing two caps. First of all, I'm wearing two caps.
He's wearing two caps. Do you know what it means? He's wearing the cap of Christianity and he's wearing the turban of the Sultan of Sokoto. I am wearing two caps. The cap of a bishop and the turban of the Sultan of Sokoto. Hey, Jesus Christ.
First of all, I'm wearing two caps. First of all, I'm wearing two caps. First of all, I'm wearing two caps. I'm representing the Sultan of Sokoto. We were at a meeting because he was born in Sokoto, and I'm in Sokoto, and he's from Southern Kaduna, and I was born in Southern Kaduna. So
now he doesn't even ask himself. The Sultan of Sokoto is not even from Sokoto. He's claiming that the Sultan of Sokoto is from Kaduna or wherever. I don't know. He was born. How did he say this? I don't understand. Let me repeat. Let me allow him to repeat so I don't misquote him.
First of all, I'm wearing two caps. I'm representing the Sultan of Sokoto. We were at a meeting because he was born in Sokoto, and I'm in Sokoto, and he's from Southern Kaduna, and I was.
Did he say he's from Southern Kaduna? He was born in Sokoto. I don't understand what he's saying, but that's not important. He's wearing two caps. Now, these two caps, this man is wearing in the name of Jesus. I want you to listen to this same. Let me first of all show you the picture of both of them. Let me show you pictures of both of them at that event, where the Sultan of Sokoto was, telling the whole world that Boko Haram is the next good thing after shortbread, after sliced bread. You see this picture? You see that this is picture from that particular occasion. Look at the background of that picture. Look at the background. These pictures were taken from the same background. That particular summit where the Sultan of Sokoto was preaching, the preaching I'm going to bring to you now. And I'm going to bring you a message from Nnamdi Kanu to this shameless Bishop Kuka. There's a particular message that I have long. I don't have it here now, but I will bring you the promise Nnamdi Kanu made to him. Every one of you must have listened to Nnamdi Kanu where he was telling the Bishop of Sokoto, Bishop Kuka, that look, he is disappointed in him, that he used to have respect for him, that if he's not careful, that he was going to lay a curse on him, of which I am sure Nnamdi Kanu did. And since that time, Nnamdi Kanu laid a curse on this man. The man has never returned back to faith again. He sold his soul to the devil. He took the second cap to add to this cap he's wearing, and he has become an instrument of the caliphate. Now, you see this particular meeting between the two of them. If you go on the internet, you will hear what Bishop Kuka said. They said actually Bishop Kuka was mincing his words and talking from both sides of his mouth in this particular occasion, where the Sultan of Sokoto was exonerating Boko Haram from the evil they have done and was praising jihad to be a very good thing. You understand? So let me bring you what this what's his name? What this Sultan of Sokoto said in that meeting. There's a lot I want to join together in the next 15 minutes. Let me show you what the Sultan of Sokoto said in that meeting, where Bishop Kuka was together with him. So you now ask yourself, who is Bishop Kuka representing?
I'm not going to say anything
Obviously not representing Jesus. No, not representing Jesus. You have not seen it that he is not representing Jesus. Now listen to Sultan of Sokoto in that meeting, and you ask yourself, is this the man Bishop Kuka is representing? Is this the man Bishop Kuka decided to collect his cap and put on in the name of the Bishop of Christian Church? Listen to the Sultan of Sokoto.
I'm not going to say anything about insecurity or the way to end insecurity or whatever it is. No. I want to adopt all what's been said from the beginning of this program, because these are the ways and means of resolving such issues. But what President Jonathan said, I was expecting him to make a very strong comment about how he really dealt with the issue of Boko Haram, which he used both the military and myself and other stakeholders. But maybe he decided not to, because a book is coming after that from him on how I dealt with the Boko Haram issue. And let me also correct you, like I am happy to hear that the Boko Haram is not really Boko Haram. That's not their name. I'm glad to hear that from somebody who is not me. If I were the one who is saying though, somebody will say yes, because I know them. And that's not their name. Who is not me. If I were the one who is saying though, somebody will say yes, because I know them.
So take to notice here that the Sultan of Sokoto is admitting that he knows them. This particular thing that Bishop Kuka is claiming that he wants to fight, that they are going to chase them away, the Sultan of Sokoto knows them and he is praising them. Tell me how this Sultan who is praising these same people will want you to chase them out or to deal with them. You can see that Bishop Kuka is deceiving himself. Bishop Kuka is obviously deceiving himself.
And though somebody will say yes, because I know them. And that's not their name. Because I know that they never claimed Boko is haram. If you have listened to some of their audio, which I had privilege of listening to, they said they didn't say Boko is haram, because so many of them have also gone to school. And they said you cannot open somebody's brain and remove the education in his head. So he had already acquired that knowledge, that education. He's an engineer, he's a doctor, he's whatever it is. What they are saying is that those who have gone to school and are educated are leading bad governments. What they're after is the issue of bad governance, because they want to be free, they want to do whatever they feel they should do. And I want to correct, and I'm glad this is carried on TV, live. I want to correct this wrong notion that people, non-Muslims, hold about jihad. Jihad is not to kill a non-Muslim by a Muslim. Jihad means to strive. And in whatever you do in life, you strive to be the best you can be. You strive to be a good Muslim. You strive to be a good Christian. You strive to be a good farmer or a good engineer. So jihad is not to kill a non-Muslim. That's a wrong notion people have been airing out for decades. And I wrote a foreword on a book.
Are you hearing that this Sultan of Sokoto, that this Kuka is representing, is exonerating jihad from
across the world. published by the King of Jordan. And I wrote that forward, and I believe that book will be brought back again. It was about 13, 14 years ago. And it talked about the uses and abuses of jihad. Because at the back of the book, I remember very well, because
okay, you have heard that. Let me bring you the
one
message
of the most
where Nnamdi
fearsome word
made a promise to
a non-Muslim would hear
Bishop
is the
Kuka,
word jihad.
where he told him that, look, you don't
And
need
it's
to
true, because
submit
people have
yourself.
already given it
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
a very negative connotation.
He's from Sokoto, he's a man.
Now, you need to call Bishop Kuka to listen to this. I'm sure he must have heard it. Bishop Kuka, this is a promise. This particular message was made direct for Bishop Kuka. That look, if your problem is where you will live, how you will cohabit, look, in Biafra land, you can have your own existence, your own life, because with the Fulani, there is no future for you. Biafra will cover you. Biafra will provide a place for you. Biafra will provide a secure area for you in Biafra land. That was a promise Nnamdi made to Bishop Kuka. Listen to it.
He's from Sokoto, he's a minority. So he thinks that when Nigeria breaks up, Fulani will swallow them alive. But I want to tell them that we are all students of history. There is a group of, or there were a group of people called the Huguenots from France. During the height of Reformation, they were being persecuted by the French authorities who were Catholic. People don't know that Roman Catholic fought with Anglican Church in those days. People don't know this, but that's life. Do you know what happened? Britain, being a Protestant nation, offered amnesty or struck a deal with France to say, give me all your Protestants. We'll absorb them. They're called the Huguenots. And they came into Britain. That is where the lives of Sir Peter de la Billière is a French name. But his family settled in England. He rose to become a general and led the war. In the Desert Storm, it was him that commanded the British forces in the Desert Storm. His ancestors were French, the Huguenots. So what I'm saying to Bishop Kuka and all northern Christian minorities today is this: on my honor and on my life, I swear, his ancestors were French, the Huguenots. So what I'm saying to Bishop Kuka and all northern Christian minorities today is this: on my honor and on my life, I swear before God Almighty in heaven that with the coming of Biafra, every Christian northerner will be allowed to settle in Biafra land. So you see, Bishop Kuka, you have nothing to be afraid of. You have a place where you can practice your faith without looking over your shoulder all the time, thinking who's coming to kill me. You will come to Biafra land and you will live there. A very peaceful, fulfilled life in Biafra land. The same thing that the English did for the French Protestants, they're called the Huguenots. The same thing we are going to do for you. If you feel that you're threatened in the Sharia core north, and because of that, you think that having the East and the West in one Nigeria will save you as if some kind of insurance against elimination by the crazy, mad Fulani Janjaweed, you will come to Biafra land. We will give you asylum. You will stay there. Your generations will live and thrive. We are accommodating people. We welcome visitors. Then you will see what Biafra is like in real life, not the miserable existence you have in Sokoto. You want to stay in a country where people are threatening your life because you spoke. You said your mind and they're threatening you. What I'm offering you is what happened in England, though. The same England telling you to talk about one Nigeria. There was a time that the lives of French Protestants were under threat in France. England said, give them to us, we'll take them. They were all sent to England. They are called the Huguenots. We offer you the same asylum today.
Did you hear that? This was Nnamdi Kanu. He swore with his life and on his honor. He swore to Bishop Kuka. Because what you see Bishop Kuka doing now, he thinks that by playing with the Fulani, supporting them, that they will spare their lives. It's a lie. They will never spare you. Now, do you know that there's a demand on Nigeria? There's a demand on Nigeria to remove Sharia from their constitution, because Nigeria is supposed to be a secular state. Remove Sharia, remove blasphemy law from your constitution. But do you know what? Nigeria have refused. Nigeria would not do that. They don't want to do that because Fulani is the one in control, in charge of Nigeria. They refused. And you know, because of that, this shameless, there's a shameless man called Reuben Abati. That issue came on the Arise television. Reuben Ebeface Abati was defending Sharia and defending Nigeria. I will show you that clip very quickly, because let me tell you, Bishop Kuka, the time is wrapping up. America and every other person have seen how wicked Nigeria is. Do you know why all these things is going on? Boris Johnson, the former PM of Britain, is in Imo State as we speak. He's in Imo State. He attended an occasion in Imo State. Do you know what the shameless man said? He said Nigeria have no problem. That he has no problem in Nigeria. Nigeria is a very safe place. Oh my God. These people are wicked, oh. Let me show you. I'll show you that picture of Boris. And then I will be bringing that video from Arise News to you. Honestly, believe me, these people are just evil. Very, very evil. Believe me, evil. Evil personified. Let me show you something. Oh, there's a lot of videos I should have shown you this morning, but the time will fail me. But I'll do the much I can. Now, listen to this. Mike Arnold revealed this yesterday. Mike Arnold, the table shaker, the head shaker, they call him, the one that exposed Reno Omokri, said the British are one of the nefarious global forces with their bloody hand deep in the Nigerian cookie jar. They are as much to blame as Boko Haram. This is them trying to deflect attention. You see, this is Punch newspaper. I feel safe in Nigeria. Boris Johnson dismisses security concern. Boris Johnson is dismissing security concern. Former UK PM Boris Johnson dismisses security concerns during a visit to Nigeria, stating he feels perfectly safe at the Imo State Economic Summit. Remember, this bastard man was the one in charge of Britain as a PM when Nnamdi was kidnapped from Kenya. This man was the man that Buhari and the president of Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta, were visiting at the same time while Nnamdi was being kidnapped in Kenya. This man they call Boris Johnson. This man. Britain is a very terrible society, a terrible government, a terrible country. This Boris Johnson, this man, former UK PM Boris Johnson, he was the one in charge of Britain. I remember vividly when the Uhuru Kenyatta and Tinubu were visiting him and having a handshake with him in Britain while Nnamdi was kidnapped from Kenya, and every noise was everywhere, and this man was celebrating that the job well done. I am telling you, he is in Imo State attending something. Look at him. Former UK PM Boris Johnson dismissing security concerns during a visit to Nigeria, stating he feels perfectly safe at the Imo State Economic Summit. Read the full story in the comment. I don't know. We don't have time to go there and look for it. And this man, Mike, is telling you that the British are one of the nefarious global forces with their bloody hand deep in the Nigerian cookie jar. They are as much to blame for the genocide as Boko Haram. This is them trying to deflect attention. Trying to do what? To deflect attention. Okay, why this is here? Let me show you quickly what happened at Arise News.
The Sharia court.
And the rest of them, as they are talking about the issue of Sharia law. Listen, and here, just listen to Reuben Abati and see how wicked he is, and see how he is working for the caliphate. Reuben Abati. Watch and
that it has a negative effect. We can go back to the conversation, revisit it, and actually find out if it's still working.
Except that Sharia is not a religion.
No, we are trying to say it's a religious group.
The Sharia court. The Constitution says there shall be no state religion.
Correct.
In any part. And there's no state of Nigeria where they say you must only be Muslims or you must only be Christians.
Yeah,
There's
but
no
the
such thing.
point she's making
No,
is
it's a
about
system
Sharia
of judicial
law.
administration.
That applies to only a particular religious group.
Or
Religious
whoever
group.
submits to it.
Yes.
But it's mainly the religious
So
group.
let me tell you why
It's
she's
religious,
talking about, why
yeah.
we're talking about this, because only recently I think we saw a
In
man's
Abuja.
store that was
Was it?
closed
Yes.
down in Abuja and said it was a Sharia court that repossessed his property. And we have seen some of
There's
these.
no Sharia in the FCT.
Well, that was the conversation.
In the state where it was brought before.
It was brought before.
And so they are inching.
So it wasn't.
See, Ruben Abati is brushing the case off. They are reminding him of what just happened recently in Abuja. Everybody saw it. The man that they used Sharia law to take over his shop, take over everything. And they, if not that very dark man came out and fought for that man and he made it public, and they decided to return that issue and change it. Not only that, they also cited some other issues here. Ruben Abati shamelessly kept quiet eventually. He was trying to defend Sharia. Oh my God. God will punish people. Oh.
Why we're talking about this, because only recently I think we saw a man's
Abuja.
store that was
Was
closed
yes.
down in Abuja and said it was a Sharia court that repossessed his property. And we have seen some of
There's
these.
no Sharia in the FCT.
Well, that was the conversation.
In the state where it was brought before.
It was brought before.
And so they are inching.
So it was in the state it was brought before.
Closer,
so,
yeah.
Exactly, because the people that were persecuting were, using the Sharia court to do that. And so, like Ayo has said, this is a situation where these laws are inching and also persecuting people that have not subscribed to it. Yes. For example, we saw Deborah, the killing of Deborah, who, had this, was blasphemous, and she was killed. She was burned. But she was Christian, and they used the blasphemy law to persecute her. So, these are the sort of conversations that are uncomfortable and need to be had. If we have to revisit the conversation, we should open it again on the table. And this is my thought. The Constitution is being reviewed all the time, Dr. Bat, isn't it?
No, we're talking about Sharia law. I'm saying it will cause a lot of problems.
Well,
I don't think President Tinubu needs to go in that direction.
Well, that's your...
The US talking about Sharia, that it is affecting lives, it should be removed. Because Nigeria is a secular state. Abati is saying it will cause a lot of problems, that he doesn't think Tinubu should go in there. But that is an option that if he doesn't attend to it, he will see gun blazing. Are you hearing Abati? He says Sharia, Tinubu should not go into it. Imagine Abati. Abati, go and live in the north and let them use Sharia law on you, you shameless evil man.
Dr. Abati, isn't it?
No, we're talking about Sharia law. I'm saying it will cause a lot of problems.
Well,
I don't think President Tinubu needs to go in that direction.
Well, that's your advice. But the Nigerian people are saying that these are the conversations that need to be had. If this is a situation where Christians are being persecuted for something that they did not subscribe to, I believe it's something that should be put on the table. Yes. That's really all it is.
Going to constitutional
well, all right.
Are you seeing it? Okay, now let me quickly also show you our videos of, especially there's a video you need to listen to, but I will let me reduce the image of this and make sure. I have to bring this one down here. Bring me up here. Okay, so the video I want to play might have some kind of images that we may not be obeying some of the community guidelines. Nnamdi Kanu's message. Now listen to this message from Nnamdi Kanu.
Told you before, anything you hear on ISIS will enter the zoo and charge. As I told you before, anything you hear on Radio Biafra is correct. I told you on this platform that they will come for you. You see, let me tell you one thing that people don't know because you don't know history. I forgive some of you because in your schools in the zoo they don't teach you anything. I want some people to actually go and sit down and study the history of Islam. Islam is the only religion that has never stopped growing. Islam is the only religion that has never stopped expanding through militancy and war. Others have stopped, only Islam. Islam believes in expanding through war, and that war is coming. Now, I must be put on record. I want you to record this very broadcast and play it all the time for our people to also understand and listen very carefully. And I will say it tonight. And if you come to me in the future, I will refer you to the broadcast of the 8th.
Nnamdi Kanu asked them to record this particular message and play it all the time. And this message was made on the 8th in 2015. Let me take it back and hear what he said and hear his mentioning of it. Listen, very important.
Now, I must be put on record. I want you to record this very broadcast and play it all the time for our people to also understand and listen very carefully. And I will say it tonight. And if you come to me in the future, I'll refer you to the broadcast of the 8th of June 2015. And
the 8th of June 2015 was when Nnamdi Kanu made this. He said, record it and play it all the time. He was making this message on the 8th of June 2015. Okay? Now listen.
Record. I want you to record this very broadcast and play it all the time for our people to also understand and listen very carefully. And I will say it tonight. And if you come to me in the future, I'll refer you to the broadcast of the 8th of June 2015. And that I made this very comment I'm about to make now at precisely 10 minutes to 8 p.m. in the evening. If ISIS comes down into the zoo, of course they are part of Boko Haram anyway, if they fall, not if they, because they have forged an alliance already, if they launch any attack with the name of ISIS on the zoo soil, if you come to us to give us weapons, I will decline it. I will allow them to kill all of you before we mount any counter-offensive. Let me tell you one thing that you don't understand. Some of you claim you went to school, but you didn't go to school. Because if you went to school, you will understand how Islam works. Islam is coming for you. They must come for you. It's a M-U-S-T, must. There is nothing anybody can do about it. Only you can defend yourselves. ISIS is coming, not just Boko Haram, but the real bad people that are coming. They need access to the oil, and they will get it to secure their financial base for their continued expansion within the whole of sub-Saharan Africa. The zoo is seen as pivotal, and Biafra land is where the resources that are looking for is lying in. Some of you cannot reason, you cannot see very well because you're blind, but at least you're lucky you're listening to Radio Biafra. Very, very lucky indeed. I'm telling you the truth. Or else I can knock off in your blindness. It is that darkness we've come to shed light on, that you can see properly. If they enter the zoo, I will not command this army. And I need guns and I have the men. I need guns and I need bullets. That's all we need. And then we win. I have been sounding this warning. I've been telling you, you think we are joking. They are coming. Your mothers will be raped. Your sisters will be married off as slaves. I'm telling you that now. Right as I speak, write it down. Biafra land will be decimated unless we equip this army to defend us. If we don't equip our army to defend us, in other words, if we don't march this year, it will be very difficult for us to recover. Forget all this nonsense in the ocean. All these so-called pro-Biafra groups you're saying, I also brought them out to confuse you.
All these so-called pro-Biafra groups you are seeing, I also brought them to destroy you. I also brought them pro-Biafra groups. Please, I want Master Nnamdi to repeat that again. Pro-Biafra groups, I also brought them. Okay?
It will be very difficult for us to recover. Forget all this nonsense in the ocean. All these so-called pro-Biafra groups you're saying, I also brought them out to confuse you. Awasa brought them out. That is why they cannot say what we are saying or do what we're capable of doing. These are Awasa groups, and you are not listening. That's not what I want to. You are not listening because the devil has gone into all these idols that you worship. The devil has gone inside you to harden your heart, to blind.
When Master Nnamdi is talking about pro-Biafra groups, what comes to my mind immediately is Ngozi Orabueze. Pro-Biafra groups. Awusa brought them. Fulani brought them to confuse you. Ngozi Orabueze. Fulani brought her to confuse you. Pro-Biafra groups you are seeing. You think they are fighting for you? You think they know what they know what to do to stop all this menace? They are supporting it. Ngozi Orabueze with her fingers up every time like this, telling you that she is Fulani, she is Caliphate. They are taking over. That's Ngozi Orabueze for you. Fulani. Okay, pro-Biafra groups. Fulani.
Find your eyes that you can no longer see. That day I will tell you to remember the broadcast of the 8th of June 2015. I will tell you to go back to it. I need guns and I need weapons. If I don't have guns and bullets, the army of Biafra cannot defend your towns and villages. The sooner you get that into your thick skull, the better for everybody. You are black people, you don't reason, I know that for sure. But the sooner you take this very message seriously, the better for everybody. Or else you're finished. ISIS is coming. They will enter the zoo and Chad very, very shortly. Not as Boko Haram, they are coming in as their franchise and as their name dictates. ISIS is coming. If you like, you make haste while the sun is shining, or if you like, you can continue to be dumb and stupid. That is entirely up to you. I won't be there, but you'll be dead anyway. And Radio Biafra will not report it, and nobody will. If you like, you give us guns. If you like, you don't. We are trying to save you, not you saving us.
Thank you, Mazi. That's where I'm going to end it this morning. If there are more updates, I will update you later. There are other things I will tell us in the afternoon about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case also, because there's a video which analyzed it again, another video which analyzed it properly again. I will be bringing it to you so that your mind will be open to know that, look, the zoo know that they have nothing on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have already defeated. They know, like Finland know, they have nothing on Simon Ekpa. You are going to see it all play out very soon. But those of you that are rejecting this gospel, those of you working with the enemies, you are going to see how you will all be put to shame, how you will all suffer all the losses, and you will not have any one of us to blame. Thank you for joining me this morning. I remember Rafael Chabaka Ajere.